Good evening, everyone. I hope I'm audible. Okay, okay, Atharva. So we have reached to the final week of data science for engineers. So this is the week 7, but still, yes, okay. Uh, since we had taken 2 weeks together in 1 week, today it's the week 8 of the whole material, and today I'll be discussing with you the assignment 8 of the previous class. All right, previous course. Okay, so assignment 8 deals with K-means clustering as well as KNN classification. Okay, so sorry. So we'll move on with the assignment questions. So I had asked you to like find out a problem with one of the errors with one confusion matrix earlier that we'll see just after some time. All right. So it's I mean I had asked you to find out what was the error in that previous confusion matrix um, a confusion finding the confusion matrix of one iris dataset. The same program I had uploaded in the Google Drive. So if you have find that out, I mean you can go to the Google Drive and check that file and find out the error in that. Or otherwise, after discussing the assignment 8 problems, I'll be letting you know that. Okay. So we'll move on to the first question. So in the first question, and in the questions 1 to 4, it is based on this particular data set. Okay, that is usrs.csv. Okay, so this data set is provided in the assignment tab, and this data set contains statistics in arrests per 10,000, 100,000, I mean 1 lakh residents for assault, murder, and rape in each of the 50 US states in 1973. Also given is the percentage of population living in urban areas. So these are the variables, and this is the description. The states, meaning the states where the incident has occurred. Then murder, a number of arrests for the murder per 1 lakh residents. And assault, number of arrests for assault. Urban population means the percentage of urban population. And rape arrests per 1 lakh residents or 100,000 residents. So set the column. So the question has asked these set of things to be done to the data set. Okay. So first we have to set the column states as index of the data frame while reading the data. Then we have to set the random number generator to set dot seed 123, and then normalize the data using scale function and build the K-means algorithm with the given condition, that is the number of clusters should be 4 and n start should be given as 20. Okay, so I'll just go to the R Studio, and okay, so this is the week 8 program. Just I'll clear. So first I'll set the working directory to my week 8 folder. All right. Okay. So that is done. And then I'll clear everything. I hope the screen is visible. Okay. If it's not, just let me know. Okay. I'll just try increasing the size also. Okay. So now if you are running it for the first time, all right. Yes, if you're running it for the first time, then what you have to do is just wait a moment, people are joining. Okay, so if you're running it for the first time, what you have to do is you have to install these packages. Okay, this is from previous thing. Sorry, so I'll remove that. Okay, yeah, so everything is fine. Mm, so, okay, so if you're doing it for the first time, then what you have to do is you have to install these packages. Okay, so caret earlier we had seen it for like using the confusion metrics, and then packages for class is used when you have to do a like k-means classifications. Okay, k-nearest neighbors classification. So these anyway I have installed earlier, so I just need to include this in my workspace. Okay, so for that I am doing library caret and library class. Okay, so the first thing is that they have asked us to set the column states as index. So if it's visible, okay, set the column states as index of the data frame while reading the data. Set the random number generated to set.0 1 2 3. Normalize the data using scale function and build the k-means algorithm with the given conditions. Okay, so first we'll read the data. Okay, so right now this particular file is in my week 8 folder itself. So I'll just show you how the file looks like. This is the file, okay, and there are about 51 entries, 50 entries, okay, and so this is in my current working directory itself. So I just have to put the name. Okay, then and so one thing that was asked is like you have to set the column states as index of the data frame. So for that I am putting row.name equal to states. Okay, now if it's not in your current working directory, you might have to put the whole file path. Okay, so that is there. So just I'll run this particular thing. So the data has come. Yeah, Tanvina, I just recently found out one earlier discussion forum. So in that it was given that the R Studio won't be given in your exam. Okay. So the questions that will be asked will be something which you can solve without an IDE. Okay. So somebody had asked this earlier also. So I'm just still waiting for the confirmation for this.
Yes. Manmat here. I asked the question
Yeah.
actually.
Yeah. So this in the previous previous run course, I had just checked. So it was they were not provided with an IDE. This time also it might be similar only. Okay. So I'm just still waiting for the confirmation, but I mean, I think you can expect that it won't be there. Okay, the IDE won't be there. Okay. So the questions also will be the things that you can solve without an IDE. Okay, and you might have to learn the formulas and all. Okay, so that's that. Hmm. Okay, so now anyway we have done this one. Second thing was like set the seed, right? Set the seed, and then normalize the data using scale function. So for that, we can set the seed first and then scale the data to a new data frame df. Okay, so I'll just show the console also. Okay, so we have done the set seed. Then we have to do the k-means. Okay, so this one, we have to build the k-means algorithm with the given conditions. Number of clusters equal to 4 and n start equal to 20. So let's build with that particular things in parameters in mind. So fit, I'm putting k-means is the function that you have to call. Then its syntax is like the data. Then centers equal to 4, which means like how many clusters you'll be building, and n start equal to 20. Okay, these things you have seen in the previous pre-recorded lectures. So this is how we'll be doing the k-means classification. Now let's move on to the first question. Okay, so this much settings we have done till now. Now according to the build model, so I'll just increase it once more. According to the build model, within cluster sum of squares for each cluster is okay. So like WCSS it is called, or within cluster sum of squares between the point which is selected in a particular cluster and the points, data points which are there in that particular cluster. So within cluster sum of squares. Okay, for each cluster we have to find out. Okay, so for that particular thing you can do this particular thing within SS. Okay, so if you just put print bit dollar within SS, it will be given. Okay, so if you just put fit, okay, then you'll be getting these different many things. Okay, many parameters about that. Okay, k means clustering. This is the full thing. Okay, fit we didn't have k means clustering. So with 4 clusters of sizes like this, then cluster means this one clustering vector within cluster sum of squares, everything will be there. Okay, now it was just asked about it, about just the question was according to the built model the within cluster sum of squares. So that you can do by just calling printing bit dollar within SS. Okay, so if you run this particular command, you will be getting within sum of squares, which is for each cluster this is the within sum of squares. Okay, these are there are 4 clusters and within sum of squares of each cluster is given. Okay, now the next thing, according to the built model, the size of each cluster. So we'll move on to the next question. So this was the first question. Any doubt in this one? Please let me know. Okay, so the answer is A. So in this thing, the order of the values in each option could be different. That's not a problem. If the order is different, just find out that these particular values are coming in your IDE. Okay. Now let's move on to the next one. So according to the built model, the size of each cluster is that we had already seen, but if you have to find out that independently, you can just give fit dollar size. Okay, when we did the whole clustering and when we did just printed fit in the console, we had got the full data about full information about that particular k-means. But independently, if you have to do, then you have to give print fit dollar size. Okay, so this is the size of each cluster. In the first cluster 8 and 13, 16, 13. Okay, so you had seen this earlier, k-means clustering with 4 clusters of sizes this much. This is the same answer. Okay. Yes. So that is the second question. 8, 13, 16, 13. Answer is C. Then the between cluster sum of squares value of the built K-means model is. Okay, so we have to choose an appropriate range. So it's asked between cluster sum of squares. Okay. Yeah, Aditya is putting a value as A. Okay. Let's see how it is. So just print between S's. Okay. So it's coming 139. So your answer is right. 100 to 208. That is the value. Okay. Yeah. And next question is the total sum of squares value of the built K-means model is. Okay. So this will be, what will be this answer? If anyone is doing with me, you can put in the chat window. Okay, A, yeah, anyone else? A, yeah, they're putting. So this will be like total sum of squares. You can do with this particular value, total SS. So if you do, it's coming like 196. So which will give you the same answer. Okay. Yeah. Now this is for this particular thing. All right. Now we'll move on to the next set of questions. So which of the statement is incorrect about the KNN algorithm? So answer is given there itself. Okay. So incorrect question is asked. Okay. So why is it incorrect? So k equal to 1, the algorithm is called nearest neighbor algorithm. That is true. The number of k neighbors will influence the classification output. That is also true. The first option is like KNN works only for binary classification problems. That is wrong actually, because KNN is used for multi-label classification also. Okay. So that is the statement which is incorrect. Okay. Now, K-means clustering algorithm clusters the data points based on. Okay. So how does it cluster the data points? So answer is given. So the K-means clustering classifies variables based on the distance between the points and a cluster center, and it is based on the dependent and independent variables also, kind of. Okay. Now the next one. Okay, this you tell the method or metric which is not useful to determine the optimal number of clusters in unsupervised clustering algorithms is. Okay, scatter plot. Yes, yeah. Yeah, that is right. Okay. So method used to determine the optimal number of clusters is usually unsupervised learning is dendrogram and elbow method. So scatter is not used. Scatter plot we will usually use to find out correlation between this many things in classification problems which are usually supervised. Okay. So classification and regression which are supervised problems. Okay. Then the unsupervised learning algorithm, which aims to partition n observation into k clusters, in which each observation belongs to the cluster with the nearest centroid is. Okay. So everyone is putting the B value. Okay. So answer is B. So the Kmeans algorithm identifies k number of centroids and then allocates every data point to the nearest cluster while keeping the centroids as small as possible. So the answer for the previous question is A, which is not suitable to determine. Okay, answer is A. Scatterplot is not suitable to determine the optimal number of clusters in unsupervised clustering algorithms. Okay, yeah. Please repeat question number 5. Yeah, question number 5. Okay. So in KNN nearest neighbors, the K number denotes how many values you have to, how many nearest neighbors you have to take. Okay. So if k equal to 1, the algorithm is called the nearest neighbor algorithm because it is finding one nearest neighbor. Okay. And as the number of neighbors increase, when k value increases, it will influence the classification outputs. Okay. Because as you increase the k value, your cluster size will increase and more number of data will be coming in one cluster. So there, the classification output, actually the accuracy might, I mean, it depends on the data, but it can change. Okay, so if your k value is 1, it means like for every data point you will be looking at one neighbor only, and it will be in some cases it will lead to overfitting also. Okay. Yeah. Then KNN, it's used for multiple classification programs. That is the incorrect option there because it is given that it's solely used for binary classification problems. Okay. Yeah. So yes, the slides are shared in that Google Drive, Manmat. Every week it's shared there. Haven't you seen earlier weeks there? Okay, okay. Okay, okay. Yeah. Last question. Eighth question you meant. Yes, Kavita, scale function is used to normalize the data. Okay. Yeah, we'll come to that again if needed. Share the videos. Yes, week 5, 4, 5, 6 YouTube links are there given in the sheet. You can check that, Prabhu, Vishalakshmi Prabhu. Okay, I hope that's clear. It's there in the last one answer. Yeah, I can record. Sorry, I can upload. Okay. So the unsupervised learning algorithm, which aims to partition n observation into k clusters, in which each observation belongs to the cluster with the nearest centroid, is what you are studying now itself. That is k means clustering. Okay. What would be the fact pattern? Weightage and all. Just put a question in your discussion forum, Atharva. Okay. So I'm not sure about the weightage of the final exam. Okay. Vishal, why have you raised a hand? Okay, okay, I'll show you. Okay. So let me just complete. I'll come back to the question. Okay. Aditya, is it all right? Okay, okay. So this is K-means algorithm identifies K number of centroids and then allocates every data point to the nearest cluster while keeping the centroids as small as possible. Our studio can't be opened during the exam, Imran. Okay. So just answer these practice questions once. We'll directly move on to the problems. Okay. So the most commonly used distance metric to calculate distance between centroid of each cluster and data points in Kmeans algorithm is, okay, yeah, Euclidean distance. So what is usually Euclidean distance? Root of sum of squares of distances between the data points. Okay, yeah. Can you see? Himanshu, that videos, YouTube links for the videos are there in the Google Sheet. Okay, it will be available under the problem solving session tab in your course, actually, in your course page. Okay, Himanshu. Okay. So next question, answer this. You can answer this. K-means clustering classifies variables based on a distance between points and a cluster center. Yes. Also, this a little problem in the question also, like anyway, if it's asked. So the earlier question which was used, which was asked like K means clustering. So if it's K nearest neighbors, then how will be the answer? Then there is the case of the dependent and independent variables also, and distance between the points and the cluster center. Okay. Hmm. Okay. 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 Yeah, that's right. Then which of the following statement is not true about the KNN algorithm? Can you answer for this one? Not true statement. Okay. Yeah. So KNN, it is a non-parametric algorithm and an instance-based learning algorithm. So explicit training and testing phases are not involved while implementing KNN. Okay. Yeah. So scaling is important in distance-based algorithms because why is scaling important? Why are we doing a scaling or a normalizing? Okay. Many answers are coming. Actually, the answer for this one is variables with higher magnitude will influence the results more. Okay. Hmm? Distance calculations, okay, to some kind, but the more stronger answer is variables with higher magnitude will influence the results more. Okay. Okay, some are giving D also, but the answer is A. Okay. Okay. Now, which of the following is true with respect to K-means clustering? Okay, B. Some are putting A. Mm, okay. Yeah. So for K-means clustering, the thing is that distances between your cluster, that is inter-cluster distance, should be maximized, and within cluster, intra-cluster distance should be minimized. Okay, that is the thing. So B is the answer. Okay. So I hope that's clear. Now we'll move on to the first question. So, I mean, the program. So, okay. So, let's start with the initial thing. So, anyway, all the packages and class, yeah, intercluster should be maximized. Okay. So, distances between the cluster should be maximized so that your clusters can be separated nicely. Okay. Um, Wait a moment. So, if you like having mm so if you are having some data points here, some data points, and like some other data points here, and some other data points mm, here. Okay, so this particular cluster, this particular thing, you can you can form three clusters like this. Okay. Mm? Okay. So in this particular case, the distance between, so if you're choosing point here, one data point here, the distance of these points with this point is the intra cluster. Okay, it will be like the intra cluster, and distances of that point with the other cluster will be like the intercluster. Okay. So as long as, I mean, if the clusters are very much separated, okay, your classification will be more correct, or your clustering will be more distinct. Okay, so you have to see that your intercluster distance is maximized and intra-cluster distance is minimized. That means that your clusters are becoming more like smaller and more concentrated. So in another case, if your data are having like very much varied outside like that, your clusters will be bigger. In that case, your at the end your accuracy will be small. Okay, so this is true actually. I mean, the inter-cluster distance will be maximized and intra-cluster distance is minimized. Okay, so Guru Rajan, is that clear? Okay, okay. I hope Guru Rajan is also clear. Okay. Yeah. Um, then practice question first. Question. This okay. For this, I think Euclidean distance is usually used actually. Okay. So Euclidean distance is like root of like sum of squares. Okay. So then if your data point is there and if your other point, okay, centroid is there, then the sum of the squares, I mean difference of sum of squares of this one and its root will be like the Euclidean distance. The other distances I'll show in a moment. Okay, so just wait, I think no, I haven't kept. I'll show the different distances in a moment. Okay. I'll show you with an example. Okay, so the distance used. Okay, so Euclidean distance, you can see here. If this is one of your data point and this is the data point that you are checking, then this is the Euclidean distance. Root of sum of, I mean, difference of square, different the square of the difference, and sum of those squares, and then the root is Euclidean. Manhattan is like just the absolute like difference of that one and its sum. And another type of distance used is the Hamming distance, which is this one. Okay, so I've just included this site also for referring. Okay, you can refer with that. Sureka, I think it's clear for you. Practice question.
Sorry, ma'am. Suddenly net was disconnected, so I didn't get.
Okay, Sureka, the different distances are given, and the first question was like the most commonly used distance metric to calculate distance between centroid of each cluster and data points in K-means algorithm. Okay, so for that I have included, I mean, I'll be sharing the R files, but I have included this particular site here, okay, which shows the different distances that are usually calculated in KNN algorithm. Okay, so this is Euclidean, which is, I mean, this is, you can take for the time being new data point k and existing point y, so you can take it like this is one of the centroid, so difference of new data point from the centroid and then its square and then the sum of those squares and its square root, that is the Euclidean distance. In some cases, if you are just mentioning that you have to calculate using Manhattan distance, then Manhattan is like this one, xi minus yi, the absolute difference of that, and some of those absolute differences will be Manhattan distance. And some other distance is also used for categorical variables, and that is this particular one. Okay, so in this particular case, this is calculated in this form. Okay, it's also known as Minkowski distance. Okay, so you can go through this particular web page, right? Sureka? Okay, okay. Now, what was the earlier question? Okay, question 1 with code. Okay, question 1. Just wait for a moment. So the question 1 was this one. Okay, the within cluster sum of squares for each cluster. So this was the question 1. It was based on this particular data set, USRS. Okay, .csv. So answer questions 1 to 4. This is the data set with variable states, murder, assault, urban population, and rapes. So just showing you the data set now. States, murder, assault, urban population, and rape. And the question was like, I mean, the instructions given were you have to take this particular first column as the row names. Okay, then you have to set the seed as 1 2 3. Okay, and then normalize the whole data and then do the k-means algorithm with k equal to 4. Okay, just I'll go to that window. So the instructions given are like this. Set the column states. So states is this one as the row index of data frame while reading the data. Then random number generator to set dot seed 1 2 3 and normalize the data using scale function and build the k-means algorithm with number of clusters equal to 4 and start equal to 20. Okay, so let's move to the R Studio. Just I'll minimize this console. Okay. So what you have to do is first reading the data. Okay. So I'll read the data. So data is here. Okay. In data, this particular data has come. 50 entries are there. Total 4 columns, and the states have been kept as the row names. Okay. How do you do that? So header equal to T I have given, so that will be taken, and row names I have given as states. So the row names, the states have been taken as the row names. Okay. Now the next things were like random number generators, set seed 1 2 3, and I have to scale the data. So scaling or normalizing the data is using the scale option. So I'll run both these codes, and now if you look at not data, actually I have stored it in df. Okay, so df, the normalized values are present. Okay, so normalization, I think you are familiar with, right? X minus mu by sigma for all the different. Yes, scaling, standardization, and normalization, I think you have heard. So with this one, just wait a moment. Just wait a moment, please. Um, okay, just let me set the settings once again. Yes. So what I was saying is that this is the normalized set. Okay. R Studio is not available in exam. These type of questions, our coding will not come. It's only based on the questions and the theory that you have learned. Okay. If any change is there, next week I'll let you know. Okay. Okay. Till now, what I've seen in the last exam, last discussion forums and all, is that our studio is not available in the exam. Okay. Yeah. So these are the normalized values. Okay. The whole set of rows have been normalized. Now to the Kmeans clustering. So, Srilata, what's the question? Hmm. Srilata, are you there? Okay, okay, anyway. Mm, so we'll do with the centers equal to 4 and start equal to 20. Some sample MCQ, I mean, it'll be similar to your assignments also, but I'm not very sure about what kind of questions will be coming in your exam, okay? So it will depend on your theory itself, and it is whatever is coming in the practice questions and all, it will be there, okay? Mm,
Yeah,
next
ma'am.
week you can.
I could not. Hello, my name is Srilata, ma'am.
Okay, okay,
Yeah, sorry for the inconvenience. I could not unmute myself in while you are asking me. So again, I rejoin.
okay.
Ma'am, mean, in the exam, what type of questions we can expect, ma'am?
Mm,
All these type of problematic questions like these executions and all will be there in the exam.
executions, maybe like how it is done, questions with that, like MCQ like that, but you can't use the ID at that time, okay?
Okay. So how
So
to?
you might be asked with the syntax, maybe problems like that, then solving the theory portion like correlation like that, all these things might be there.
Oh,
Yes, yeah.
okay, ma'am.
So
Thank
the
you.
ID won't be provided there.
Hmm.
So just it's similar kind of what you have seen in your assignments itself.
Hmm.
Can't just execute the program at that time. Okay.
Like if something like keyword, we have to write something like that, ma'am.
Mm, yes, I'll next week the last discussion class is there. Okay. So
Right.
in that time, I'll just
When it will
get
be
some
there,
more
ma'am, on which
information.
date? Why? Because on next Sunday only we are having exam, na? Again, on what day we will be having the problem solving session?
Uh, okay, okay, okay. If that is the case, okay. Okay, okay, March 26th. So, yeah, I didn't see that date that much. Okay.
Today is the last discussion, last week discussion, madam. Next week we
Yeah,
are
yeah,
having the
yeah.
examination.
Yes,
Okay, okay,
by this time we'll be finishing our exam.
okay, 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 okay. Yeah. So, just put the question in the problem solving section. Okay.
How,
We
ma'am?
were given up that like discussion like one more week is there. So I was thinking like we'll discuss the other things. Okay. Some clarification is required. So I mean, you just put a question in the problem solving section, right?
I mean, like we
Not
want
problem solving.
another
Like ask
section
a
like that.
question. Sorry, ask a question.
I mean, like, do you mean like we have to ask for one more session or like that?
No, 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 no. Like if you want any clarifications or
Okay.
anything, you can put there. Okay.
So better you would have, I mean, if you have give some guidelines for preparing for exam, na, that will be very helpful as well.
Okay. Yeah. Guidelines for examination. The one thing is that I'm not having direct access with like preparation all of questions and all. Okay. That is one
Hmm.
thing. So whatever is there in the assignments as well as
Hmm.
whatever is there in the practice questions, I can discuss with you.
Hmm.
The other things I don't have the access to that kind of questions. Okay, and so I
I
don't.
mean, like what type of questions we will get like that, like whatever that you are giving, like data sets and everything, na ma'am. So will that type of questions also will come in the exam? That we
So
want to know.
data sets, if it's given, it will be something like it can be asked like maybe plots or something else
Mm.
only to infer some information from the data. Otherwise, you
Mm.
are not able to read the data, right?
Mm.
So that kind of questions like reading the data or doing something will not come. It will be
Okay.
based on that only. Okay.
Okay, ma'am. Okay. Yeah.
Whether all of the
Thank you.
data sets will be visible or not. Dataset
If the
link will be
question
there,
is asked, and yeah, if the question is asked, then they'll be displaying a portion of the data set.
but certain questions
It's like that.
related to dataset like finding or doing some application and finding out the answer, it will be difficult in comparison. If they're not getting the ID, as we have
Such
made
kind
the
of question.
solutions
I
in
mean,
the
since it's
assignments, as we have made the
such
solutions
kind
in
of
the assignment.
questions won't be coming. Okay, whatever which can be solved without the IDE only will be coming.
It's just like today's question, that is we are getting some the question number one, that build model within the clusters find the sum of square. Those things we have to calculate manually or what?
This you can't do like that much. Okay,
Yeah,
with
not
manually.
that accuracy we cannot do it. That's
Yeah,
correct.
yeah. So that is that kind of questions won't be coming.
Okay.
Yeah. So, mm, so what? Somebody all week practice questions. Where can we find? Okay. I mean, all the week practice questions I had given in the PPTs actually, which was shared. You can find it there. Okay, Sureka. I think you also are having practice questions every session, right? Every week you are having practice questions, right? In your module also. Yeah. Okay. Oh, thank you, Manmat. So this is so the first question. This is, I mean, solving the IDE is for your future actually, our programming. Okay. Yeah. So this somebody had asked the first question, I think. So just for a thing. So if you run this particular thing, just I'll run fit k means df centers equal to 4 and start equal to 20. If you do that, then your k-means algorithm is done. So if you just put k-means, sorry, not k-means, fit and enter in the console, it will be showing some data which is based on this particular k-means clustering. Okay. So k-means clustering with floor clusters of sizes 8, 13, 16, and 13. To show again drive link. Okay, drive link. Are you not able to access the drive link which was shared earlier? I'll just paste again. I think that's, yeah. So this is the cluster means. Okay, and for each cluster. So what is the question? The first question was like just to find the within sum of squares. Okay. First question, according to the built model, the within cluster sum of squares is, that is the first question. So what you can do is print fit dollar within ss. Okay. Okay, wait. What can you comment? This is this. Okay, sepal length and sepal width. This is iris data set, no? So have you seen the data set? Okay, so Manmat, you are giving an answer B. So I haven't seen the data set which is given for you. Okay, this is your present assignment. Is this your present assignment, Kavita?
It is last week assignment.
Week 7. Okay, okay. So only this much was given, or the data set was given?
Iris data set only. But whatever we have discussed in the class is like none of the above options are correct. The last week class. But the answer
Mm-hmm.
given was all variables are normally distributed. I have confusion what option to select.
So all variables, they are not normally distributed actually. Wait.
The last week we have discussed saying that
I think I have the iris data set. So it's not the normal iris data set itself, no? There is no change, no?
no change.
Okay. Mm, so the iris data set. So looking at the plot, okay. So you just can put in the session like just change the answer if it has come, because um, if you just look at this thing, okay, you can see the distribution how it is looking like. Can you say that all the variables are normally distributed?
No, we can't say all variables are distributed as
Okay. So
but the
it's like
answer given was all variables are normally distributed.
okay. So you just can raise a question, okay, for that. Why is it come? Because in the last this question had come in the previous course also, and the answer was different. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So just okay. So the first question is clear. No, somebody had asked for the code again. So similarly, if you want to find the size of each cluster, you can print like that. Then between cluster sum of squares using this particular thing, and total sum of squares using this particular thing. So if somebody had asked about the code earlier, I just forgot who was that. Okay, I'll be sharing this code anyway. So what we'll do is that last time, just as I mean, you might be concentrating on the exam now, but just I'll just ask you this thing. So can you tell me what was the problem in the earlier confusion matrix, last day's confusion matrix? So I'll just run also that. Okay. Mm, okay, this much was there last week. So this was the error that was coming. Okay, can you tell me what is the problem here? This error that had come last time. Yeah, we have done last two one distributed. Okay, yeah. Just type. Okay, I missed the questions last time. 7th week link is not there in that spreadsheet. 7th week is happening right now. Okay, and just wait a moment. In that particular sheet, week 7 I'll be uploading today. Okay, this is I am sharing with you the week 8, but since the starting, this is only the week 7 right now. Okay, so week 7 means I have shared up to you the week 7, week 8. This is right now the week 8 examples and assignment I'm sharing with you, but the discussion is only the week 7 now. Okay, yeah. So anyway, you can find the week 8 in the week under the week 9, week 7 session. Okay, so just in that Google Drive, I think I have shared it. Okay, just I'll show you. Every weeks are there. Week 8 I'll be uploading today. Okay. You I think I. Manmat, you can access the file, right? Okay, just whatever Google Drive link was shared, that can be accessed. I think. Just see this one, okay? Narayana, yeah, that is the Drive link. Okay, Drive link, you can find it. Um, just I don't know if I have logged in. Yes, I have logged in. So sorry, this problem solving session, right? Here, if you do go, you can get that link. Okay, I hope that's clear. Okay, now, so yeah, tell me what is the problem in this thing? If anyone else has answered. Can you tell me what is the problem here? Data and reference should be factors with same levels. Yes, Karishma, will you practice problems is today's practice problem, do you mean? Today's practice problem. Yeah, these are the practice problems. Tyagarajan, what was error when you were printing the confusion matrix? Okay, you can paste the error in there. Okay, okay, yeah. So practice questions. This is the first question. Most commonly used distance metric is Euclidean distance. Okay. Um, it looks like somewhat like this Euclidean distance. Okay. Xi minus yi, the whole square, sum of the different distances, and then square root of that. Okay. Now, then other question. This session can go up to 9. Okay. So K-means clustering classifies variables based on distance between the points and a cluster center. Okay. Then which of the following statement is not true about the KNN algorithm? That is, not true means like explicit training and testing phases are involved while implementing KNN. And scaling is important in distance-based algorithm because variables with higher magnitude will influence the results more. Here I can put the uh, answers also. Yes. So this is this one and this one and this one. Okay. Yeah, which is true with respect to K-means clustering. The inter-cluster distance is maximized and intra-cluster distance is minimized. Okay. So I hope that's clear. And Tyagarajan, just paste the error code on your chat window, whatever error you got. I mean, did you get an error like this or any other error? Are you there, Tyagarajan? So I think Tyagarajan just joined. Mm, just paste in the chat window. You can paste in the chat window your problem. Okay. Anyway, this error, the reason I will tell you now. So this error is coming like data and reference should be factors with same levels. Okay. So means like the data type of both the session, both the things are not the same actually. Okay. So here, so like I have saved in this pred class. Okay. So if you just put the pred class here, this is the thing. I mean, last week I have shown this, okay? Last week I have shown, you can go through the videos earlier. So, what I have did is like, this is the logistic regression case. So, in that logistic regression, we have predicted and stored to a predicted value, val, and I have just given some threshold, like if the predicted value is less than zero point 0.5, then it should be setosa, and if it's greater than zero point 0.5 it should be versicolor, that I have given like that. Okay, so and the new things I have stored to this particular thing. Okay. So the pred class is looking right like this right now. So the sepal length, then species, and the type. So you can show right now here itself, you can see that setosa, it's wrongly predicted as versicolor. In some cases, it's coming wrongly predicted, right? So when I did this particular example using that particular, so confusion matrix, you can use a table command, or if you have installed the library caret, and if you are included that caret library, you can use confusion matrix command itself. So when I run this one, this was the error that coming. Okay. This problem that had come here is like the one thing which is has been taken as just like a string value, and the other, so one thing had been just taken like, that is, this is the new thing, it's just been taken as a string value, and the other has been separated into categorical values. So here it's like it had been factored to categories, this one was not factored into categories. So that's why the error came like data is spread class dot pred new dot pred dollar pred new dot pred type. So pred type data, and the reference was classifier dot ir test dot species, that is already as a factor, given as a factor means it's like categorical. So these two data types were different, that is why the error had come there. So what you have to do is, if you directly give a confusion matrix, you'll get a wrong answer, you'll get an error. So what you can do is, right now, the new column is not as a factor, so you can put data equal to as factor. You can change it to a factor of this particular type, and then you can give the reference which is already as a factor. So if you run this now, we can just get this. Okay, so some warnings are coming, that is okay. So if you print the example in the console, you'll get this. Okay, so right now this one is there. So right now in this particular thing, Virginica is not coming because in this particular example I had considered only two actually. Okay. So let's just leave that. So this is the confusion matrix and statistics. So here now it's coming, no error is coming there. Okay. Now using the same iris dataset, I'll just discuss with you the Kmeans, K-nearest neighbors also. Okay. So what we'll do is that in some cases you might have to install some other libraries also. Okay. So for example, E1071 is a library for R programming that provides statistics, provides function for statistic and probabilistic arguments like fuzzy classifier. So if something is coming like that, you can load it. And CA tools we have seen the last session also, like uses many functions like many statistical functions and read and write to files. So if some plotting or something is required, you require the CA tools, and the library class is used for your KNNearest Neighbors. Okay. So anyway, I'm loading these packages. We'll use it whenever required. Right now, for all of these things, it won't be required. Okay. So just I'll load this thing once more, and just this thing also I'll clear. So sorry. So now what I'll do is that I'll load the iris dataset. So we'll see the KNN for the iris dataset also. Okay, because last week we saw logistic regression on iris. So just we'll do the initial steps as earlier itself, like seeing the head. That means the first 6 values. Already you know that. Now the next thing is like splitting the data into train and test data. So split sample dot split iris split ratio equal to 0.7. Then train underscore CL subset. I'm like what you say. I'm splitting into train and test set. Okay. So how am I splitting it? There are different many options. So right now I'm doing like a sample dot split, and split ratio is 70. I mean like 70% train set and 30% test set. So if I run this, I'll be getting all these different things. Just I'll close this plot also. Okay. Yeah. So now scaling is required. So scaling you can do like this. So scaling for the train set and the test scale, and then fitting the KNN model to the for training the data set. Okay. So where underscore KN I have given, and this is KNN. Okay. Train equal to the train thing is equal to train scale, test equal to test scale, then CL class is equal to train underscore CL is our train set. Okay. Dollar species, that means the last column. The 1 to 4 is taken for the as the independent columns, and k equal to 1 I have given. That means nearest neighbor algorithm, and classifier underscore k. So we can see the result what is happening here. So this is classifier underscore KNN, which has given these set of values. Okay. These are the levels. Setters are versicolor and virginica. So confusion matrix. So what I'll do is like, okay, you can use a table or you can use confusion matrix of. Okay. So right now CM I'm using as a table of test underscore CL of species is your dependent column, and classifier underscore is your predicted column. Okay. So I'll construct the confusion matrix and print it. So the confusion matrix right now, it's coming like 20, 18, and 19. So here you can see that only here some misclassifications are there, like this 1 and this 2. Okay. So it's right. It's now versicolor, but it's predicted as virginica, and something like virginica is predicted as versicolor. So only 3 misclassifications are there, right? No. Model evaluation. What you can do is like there are many methods. So if you do like confusion matrix itself, you will be seeing different things. But if you are printing using a table, the confusion matrix, then you have to find it yourself. So misclassification error first you can find, and then 1 minus misclassification error will be your accuracy. Okay, so in this method you can calculate maybe. So it will be like misclassification error, misclass error equal to mean of wherever classifier dot cnn underscore knn is not equal to our dependent column. So all those cases, the mean of that. Okay. If you take, then you'll be getting the misclassification error, and if you print that, you'll be getting as 0.95. Okay. So that is the misclassification error. Now we'll just change it to k nearest neighbors equal to 3 and repeat the same set of steps. Okay. So just to change here is like k is changed to 3. So if I do that, again the accuracy is coming as 0.95. Yes, so we'll change it to k equal to 5. So now the nearest neighbors have increased to 5. Okay, it's 0.95. So here you can see, I mean, just we will go on to k equal to 15. Okay, and see how it is changing. So the accuracy came as 0.98333. Okay. So earlier what it had happened is that for the training accuracy, it had, when the k nearest neighbors was 1, it had classified very much. It had fitted so perfectly for the training set, so that when the test data came, it was not fitting correctly. Okay, so overfitting had happened, and that's why when k was equal to 1, it was coming like 0.95 only. Now when the k was increased to 15, so we'll just see another case like k equal to 7, what will be coming. So k equal to 7 is giving 0.96667. Okay, so you can just change the values for k and see how the classification accuracy is changing. Okay, so I hope this is all right with you. All right, so if you have, you can just go through these sites, okay, to know more about our programming in using the different things. And I think in the week 8 also, only limited number of classification algorithms have been discussed, like KNN, as well as logistic regression and one clustering example. So if you want to learn more about this, you can just go to the different online resources. Okay, yeah. If you could not find confusion metrics, you might not have installed this library. Have you installed this library, Carrot? This library? Or still no, you're not getting? Mm, okay, let me see. Confusion metrics. What KNN? It's service error in confusion metrics. Okay, do not find. Just. Mm, okay, just refresh your R environment and see, okay? Just service string, delete nptel dot knn. Service string, service string. 6 here, equal to 3. I will got carrot. Confusion matrix. What was error? Not find function. That shouldn't be happening anyway. Just restart and see. Okay. 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 Yeah. Now, do you have any other doubts in these different things? Okay. Tyagarajan, you can also just paste the error function directly in any of your web browser and see. Okay. So if some variations or some other dependencies or something you have to install, okay, that you get find there. Usually you'll get the answers in Geek 4 Geeks. Okay. Okay. So since your exam is coming next week, just let me see. Okay. So your assignment submission time is also over, is it? Or is it this Wednesday? Okay, it's Wednesday. No, yeah, yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I hope there is no other doubts in this session, right? Okay, if you have any doubts, just put it in the. I'll be uploading the videos, and you can ask the questions in the YouTube comments also. Okay. If you have any other doubts, otherwise, the option is like the ask a question. Okay. Where discussion forum in that we'll be going into the groups, and there other TAs are also present whom will answer your question. Okay. Okay. So I hope everyone is clear till now. Do you have any other doubt? When all ticket. Can anyone answer that question? Yeah, I think you will be getting mails for that. Okay, whoever have registered. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Thank you, Aditya and Shabik. As soon as I know, I mean, as far as I know, there is no programming question. Okay, like hands-on programming won't be there. You won't be provided the IDE. Okay. Gopi, I am not clear with your question. Which type of week 3 question? I didn't understand. Week 3 model question. Week 3 question. Okay, are you asking like you'll be getting this question? Yeah, you can expect. Yeah. I mean, which doesn't have to be solved in the IDE. Okay, so it won't be like you'll be getting a long set of data set, a huge set of data set, and you have to solve with this thing. That won't be coming like that. Whichever which can be solved with the current formulas that you have and your understanding. Okay, that will be coming. Okay, so is it okay, everyone? Okay. Um, I don't think there is any certain weightage. Anyway, it's given like for each week 1.1 points given, no? So just check your announcements tab for more details, okay? If something is mentioned there, then it will be followed according to that. Otherwise, there is no particular weightage for any week. Okay. Already, like if the assignment time has passed and you haven't submitted, that particular marks will be getting deducted. Okay. Okay. So I hope everyone is clear. Tyagarajan, I'm not very sure about any topics having more weightage or anything because I'm not directly involved in the question making. Okay, so it is handled by a different team. Okay, so week 6, it will be there in the what to say in the slides. Okay, week 6 practice question. You could find it in the slides. Um, question 2 and 3 of this week. Okay, 2 and 3 in this week is okay, first question. Second question, according to the built model, the size of each cluster. Please upload again. Okay. Yeah, I'll try to do that next time. Wait. Exam pattern, I'm not sure this was. 2 and 3. Okay, 2 and 3, what is the problem in this question? Cluster size is asked, okay. Cluster size, okay, wait. Second question. So right now, if you like doing the K-means with this particular data, okay. So the fit itself will be showing you how many cluster everything about that data. Okay, so first itself you can see that K-means clustering with 4 clusters of sizes 8, 13, 16, and 13. So if you have to find it independently, you can like put print fit dollar size. So it will be giving you 8, 13, 16, and 13. Okay. The third question was between cluster sum of squares. Okay. So different clusters are there. So between each cluster, the sum of squares value of the built K-means model. So that also you can get directly by using this command fit dollar between SS. Okay, so it's coming like 139.5968. And difficulty of the exam, I can't comment on that, Shashank. As I said earlier, it is handled by a different team. But if you are going through the pre-recorded videos, everything lectures, it will be uh, fine for answering. Okay. I don't know the exact pattern or the exact difficulty range of the questions. Okay. Okay. So I have missed whoever has asked the question. Yeah, Uma Shankar, is that fine now? 2 and 3 question. Okay. Yeah. So anything else? Previous year exam questions, I don't think it's openly available for you, Dhanvina. Okay, it's not openly available. Okay, and I have also don't have access to that. Okay, yeah. Okay then. So I think everyone is clear. You can find the previous classes question in this particular sheet, which will show you all the assignments downloaded. Okay, I'll be filling this column for this particular day, uploading the video here, and all the other things you can find in this particular drive. Okay. Okay, so week 8 will also be uploaded today. Okay. Tyagarajan, you have to, this certificate will give you a basic information and basic like certification that you are master the basics of our programming. Now you have to just search for other places for advanced techniques in our programming and all. Yes, you do need practice. Yes, you need practices. You just for R, I think just see. I mean, if you're currently searching for jobs, you have to in, um, include it in your LinkedIn portal resume, like you have R available. I mean, R master the R techniques, and then just search in the net itself. Okay. So whatever there is in Python programming, that also is there, but just you can just see this analytics vidya and all. Okay, they also have like R programming, but it's mostly concentrated for Python only. Okay, so I don't know correctly which are the different links which you can use. Okay, but you can just I think there are the different job oriented, there are different portals like these, and maybe like directly job oriented, then there is like other portals like Scalar, Instead and all. Okay, so there they'll be having their particular courses actually which is paid. Okay, so if you don't want to go for that, then you have to learn by yourself using the different resources which were given in the things, and just go through the books that were given. Okay, and just you have to search yourself, and the most important resource that you can use is YouTube itself. Okay, there are many a lot many videos. Okay. Hmm? You have to go for a structured anything, then you have to go for some other in um, thing like Scalar or Instead that you usually find in your many advertisements in YouTube. Okay, I'm not very familiar with that, but still you can just browse through them. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So I hope everything else is clear. So you prepare well for your exams. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Just learn through the theory part and as well as the formulas for different correlation, all those things. Yeah. And I think it'll be a good exam for you. Okay. Wishing you all the best. Hard questions? Yes, there can be. There can be hard questions. One or two questions. It will be like a normal exam. Every level will be there. Okay, so you can expect that. Okay, Shashank. Okay, so thank you everyone. Okay, those the questions, information, all these things will be getting with your admit card when you receive. Okay, and just go through the announcement sections also. If some other changes or anything is coming, you can see. Okay, yeah. So I just missed. I got this one. Already. Just go to the announcement sections. Next things will be then ask a question also you can do. Okay, yeah. So everyone, thank you. All the best for the exams. Okay, yeah. I'll be uploading the materials today itself. Okay, yeah. Yeah, thank you. Thank you, everyone. Okay. Yeah. Thanks for asking different questions also. That is helpful to me also. Okay. Yeah. So have a nice exam. Yes, you can exit. Yeah.